Grand evening, peeps. Okay, so we're going to get a read out here, okay? For those that follow me on every platform, y'all know what it is. I'm the daughter of the earth, your lovely Janae. Okay? And for y'all to understand how I speak from a reincarnation perspective. Okay, so y'all gonna get all the gems over here so that y'all can understand what is actually happening around you and with the people around you and amongst you. Okay, so that you can be able to see properly, because most of the problem is with a lot of people and why they can't figure out their problems and how to heal and how to overcome some things is because they don't see people the way that they need to see people. They see people from a religious aspect instead of a spiritual aspect. And over here, you're going to get the gems so you can be able to see people for who they are. Okay, you're going to understand the past, the present, and the future. Okay, you're going to understand how many body parts you may have on this realm. Okay, you're going to be getting the gems of a enlightened introspectrum of who and what you are viewing, okay, over here on this here channel, okay, because a lot of y'all probably have seen my videos and y'all probably don't quite understand where I'm coming from in terms of how I'm speaking, but this video is to help y'all properly understand where I'm coming from, how I am speaking. Y'all also are going to understand your astrological charts, okay, because how you come in, whether you are in present time, past time, or future tense time, okay, on the realm, okay, you're going to get a grand understanding of which body part is where and what time frame is where, and you may be in the same time air, okay, but for you to understand the placements, okay, I'm going to break it down to you thoroughly so you can understand if I am talking about the adult version of you, okay, if I'm talking about your present day self, okay, or if I'm talking about your future body part. And only you know your soulful line up, okay, only you'll be able to understand how many carts it is unless you come to me individually and express to me about how many carts you have, because I don't know that, okay? But from my own perspective, y'all will get a grand perspective to be able to see how many reflections of you there is, okay? Whether you are interacting with a light version of you or whether you are interacting with a dark version of you, okay? You have to understand that you create yourself, therefore you guide yourself and you help yourself grow, and you get different introspection of your own light in order to heal different pieces and parts of you, okay? So understand, you in this lifetime, in your immediate family, you may be dealing with different specks of yourself, okay, as well as different specks of your counterparts, okay. You will understand who you probably was married to, who you are probably with now, if you have took on a new husband or a new wife, or if you're with the old husband or the old wife, you'll get that understanding, okay, because I will break it down to you. Trust and believe. You will understand your life journey, okay, and different lifespans that you have encountered here in this lifetime on this realm, okay. So just understand, if you don't know your past, you won't have a future, okay. So let's get into it, okay. We're going to get this read out here, and I will break down this read for you guys to understand what is actually happening to you in plain sight, okay. All right, let's get this read out here, Holy Spirit. Okay. Whew. All right, so we have the star out here, okay? So right now, collective, some of you guys are in your star power, okay? You're understanding you, yourself, and you, okay? And what you are, okay? And reflections of you, okay? Ace of Swords is out here. That is the truth, okay? Some of you guys may have a lot of monitoring spirits around you at this time, okay? The Hierophant is out here, okay? So some of you guys have a lot of monitoring spirits around you, okay? These may be the people that are closest to you that are monitoring you, okay? Later on, we will discuss dominion and how you know who has dominion over you, and if you have dominion over somebody. I'll explain that probably in another video, or it might occur in this video, okay? Now we have the magician, okay? So you may have some monitoring spirits that are trying to be Houdini in your life, okay? Because you are this sun seed here, okay? You are the star, okay? So you may have some spirit guides around you, as well as some evil doers that's monitoring you, okay? I always tell people to pay attention to your aligning of your accord. Your right ear is for righteousness. Your left ear is for demonicness. Anything that rings in this left ear is a negative being. Anything that rings in your right ear is a righteous being. That's having the angel and the devil. That's the proper understanding of that. Okay? So when you hear other people say, I hear ringing, da 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 da, if they don't know they left from they right, and they tell you something positive is coming out the left, that's incorrect. Do you understand? Right stands for righteous. That's a positive surcharge. Okay. Now, we got the Knight of Swords out here, okay? So some of you guys may have a Knight of Swords energy in your energy, okay? We'll look into this Knight of Swords energy. Okay, so this Knight of Swords energy could be all up in their head. They could have been projecting on you to be all up in your head, okay? I know a lot of people have been projecting on me this AM to be in my head, in my thoughts, okay? I canceled all tests today. I was not with the shits, okay? I didn't want to deal today. Some of you guys probably have been in that energy too, where you said, fuck it today. I'm not doing no test. I'm not passing no test. Forget it. Okay, but just know that that's projectional energy. That's not your energy, okay? So if you did say fuck the test today, kudos to you, collective, okay? That's how you use your power to lead, okay? Because you got some people that wants to be in your type of light and your type of power, and they can't. So they're projecting on you, trying to make you feel depressed, trying to make you feel bad, trying to place their negative energy upon you, okay? And that's not your energy, okay? Yeah, okay, because 5 of Cups, okay? So this Knight of Swords could have some cups spilt over, okay? This Knight of Cups, we're going to check into who the Knight of Cups is in a second. So what has collapsed in these people's life, okay? Yeah, so we got a Knight of Cups here that's trying to come to you with an empty-ass cup. There's nothing in this cup. This big-ass cup is empty. Somebody's coming to offer you nothing. Okay, this is what's going on. Somebody coming on they white shiny horse to offer you a cup of nothing. Yeah, somebody from your past. Okay, somebody from your past is trying to come and offer you nothing. Okay, this could be a grandfather figure, a father figure, a baby daddy from the past. Let's see. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody all up in their head about leaving you or left you, okay? You see the crow, okay? A karmic individual. Somebody that could have tried to steal from you or have stolen something from you with the 7 of Pentacles being out here. Somebody could have taken something from you. Yeah, and that puts you in a Queen of Swords energy. Okay, so you could have been trying to build something and somebody could have been trying to come and take something. Or somebody could have took something when you was trying to build something. Yeah, somebody that was trying to play. Look, King of Pentacles. Somebody that was trying to play God in your life. Okay, somebody that was... Ooh, excuse me. Confirmation. Somebody that was trying to play God in your life came and took something from you. Put you in this Queen of Swords energy. This person could be now trying to come back and build with you. But you in this Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, this is what's not being shown. Okay, with the Two of Swords out here. Okay, Five of Swords. Okay, it could be two niggas in the back. Okay, two individuals. Two masculines. Somebody yelling in my left ear. Who gives a damn? Okay, about your feelings. Okay, this could be two individuals that try to come up against you and came in and took some shit from you. And now they want to build with you and stuff like that. They want to be your friends now. They want to be on your team. That's what's going on. Yeah, somebody you saying sayonara to. Yeah, because you in this serendipity energy over here. So some niggas... Some folks you were saying sayonara to. These two idiots in the back here. Okay, that's trying to be your friend now. Okay. Yeah, that was doing moon work on you. That was doing magic work on you. Yeah, now they carrying burdens. Yeah, Ten of Wands. They wanted you in the Ten of Wands, but they ain't a Ten of Wands. This is why they want to come be your best friend now. Yeah, two dodos from the past life. They could be in your present day life. Okay, but you in this Temperance energy. All right. Okay, and some folks can be in Hangman at this time. They could have wanted you in Hangman. Okay, some folks is in timeout. They got to take time to themselves now. Yeah, a King of Wands energy. Got to take time to themselves to get balanced. They trying to balance a whole bunch of shit in this damn card over here. Okay, and that's judgment for them. Okay, justice for you. Judgment for them. Okay, they got to balance some shit on their own. That's coming from your ancestors, because your ancestors is protecting you from this individual. Okay, that's got to come in and bring you some type of justice. Because your situation, Three of Pentacles here, your situation is finna get balanced out because you had to fight off a lot of energies, okay? A lot of energies that could have stabbed you in your back, okay? With this Seven of Swords being out here, yeah, your Ace of Pentacles is on the way to you, okay? You could be in this Queen of Cups energy, okay? And some people is having nightmares about this because whatever they tried to steal from you is still coming to you. And that's what they're upset about, okay? They over here fighting and shit. They fighting about your shit. Yeah, an emperor is fighting about your shit. Cause you moving on in this chariot, okay? While they're stuck in the Eight of Swords, trying to balance some shit over here about their motherfucking self, okay? They can no longer wait on your ships to come in because your ships is not coming to them. So that's what they was trying to steal. They was trying to steal your ships and come and greet you with your own shit as if it was they shit. That's what was happening. But you finna be celebrating because your ships is coming to you. It's not coming to them. So whatever they tried to do to steal your shit, they couldn't do it. Okay, you ain't no fool. They couldn't do it. Okay, yeah, you the Empress. They couldn't do it. They couldn't take nothing from you. Look, the devil tried to steal your shit and come to you bearing gifts with your shit as if it was they shit. And all along, they couldn't even steal your shit. Okay, and that's the God honest motherfucking truth right there. Okay, so we're gonna leave it right there, family. And for the breakdown and understanding okay, of the past, present, and future. Okay, I'm gonna bring it in to you guys the way that y'all need to properly understand some shit. Okay. I will get my pen to break it down, but I'm not gonna break it down. We're just gonna do a monologue right quick of some family members, okay? And not everybody family goes like this, but you'll be able to put the placements where it fits family, okay? Because you have to remember you are brother and sister in Christ. And how do you become brother and sister in Christ, okay? Well, I'm going to break it down to you. Dad, should I break down your lineage to them? I don't want to break down everybody's lineage to them. I could break down my own. Okay. So let's just say you got yourself. Nah, I'll break down my own lineage. Okay. Now, because a lot of y'all don't understand twin flames. Okay. Your twin flame is your brother or your sister. Okay. If you're a masculine and you're a feminine watching this, I'm going to break it down to you so y'all can properly understand how shit goes, okay? Because a lot of y'all don't understand how shit goes. Now, you can have more than one twin, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, you probably got a cousin and y'all look identical, okay? You probably got a sibling and y'all look identical, okay? Those are twins. And in past life situations, y'all could have came in as Gemini twins, because you got to understand the Gemini ancestry. Okay. If y'all watch Sinners, y'all understand that. Okay. Within your African history. Okay. So everybody has a Gemini twin, and then everybody has a twin flame. Okay. I'll explain myself. Okay. My twin has passed over. That was my shadow side. Okay. You'll understand who your twin is by your astrological chart, because 9 times out of 10, you're born on the same day. Okay. Now, I am a cusper. Okay. I am a Pisces/Aries. Okay. My future body card was born on the cups again. She is an Aries/Taurus, which means I'm a full-blown Aries in my future body card. Okay. Now, my past life self, okay, my twin was my baby cousin. Okay. We looked alike. Okay. My sister also, she has a twin too. Okay. But my twin was my cousin, and that's my aunt's child. Okay. She was a Pisces, born February 21st. In this body card, I was born March 21st. Okay. Now y'all understand a little bit of astrology that's going on here, so y'all can understand your traits. Okay. Now, I have several different replicated cards of me. Okay. So this is why I'm breaking it down to y'all the way that I'm breaking it down. Okay. Certain aspects have to burn off. Okay. So my cousin passed away because that was a shadow aspect of me, and my shadow aspect had to die off. Okay. So this is what we call the twilight era, or the twilight zone. If y'all don't understand the twilight zone, go look it up. I think I actually shared it over here on my YouTube platform. I have to relook and make sure that it's there, but I believe it's there, and I shared it with y'all from way back in 2022 when all this happened. Okay. But this is what you call the twilight. A lot of y'all don't understand the TV show Twilight, but that is a breakdown of twilight. Okay. Your shadow side dying off, because when you give birth to light and dark aspects of yourself. So your children are just light and dark versions of you. So if you are a feminine, your daughters are light and dark versions of you. If you are a masculine, your sons are light and dark versions of you. Okay, so this is how you learn how to heal within your own self, is learning the different aspects of you. Okay. Now, the woman doesn't have to learn different aspects of the masculine unless she is learning the masculine. Okay, so if your healing air is for you to learn your masculine, then you want to pay attention to your sons so that you can have a good relationship with your sons and learn them. If you are a masculine and you are having relationship problems with your spouse or your wife or whatever, you want to learn your daughters so you can learn how to heal that version of you when it comes to women or mommy issues or something like that. Same with the woman. If you have daddy issues, you want to learn your sons so that way you can heal the aspects of yourself when it comes to daddy issues and stuff like that. If you need to heal different versions of you, you need to pay attention to your daughters so that you can learn the different light and dark versions of yourself in order to heal yourself in present day time, as well as the masculine. If you need to heal yourself, you need to learn your son, so you'll learn the light and dark versions of self in order to heal yourself in present day time if you're not already healed. And that goes for both aspects of nature. Okay, now some of you guys don't understand the terminology of sister wives. I don't know what they call husbands, but some of you women got more than one husband, okay? A lot of you masculines got more than one wife, okay? So y'all need to understand that if you have 5 baby mamas, you got 5 wives, okay? You don't got to be on motherfucking paper to understand this, okay? You don't have to be legally married on paper. If you have children by different women, that is a bonding. Okay, so that means you are married in the Astros, okay, unless you conceive somewhere else. And then so that's how you break the bondage. But either way, you still have, they are still considered to be sister wives, okay, because you have tied your lineages together with these individuals, okay, same as with women, okay. And this is where a lot of the drama comes in at, okay, when it comes to these bloodlines and these families and stuff like this, because if you are not paying attention to who you are mating with, okay, or who you are tying your bloodline to, okay, you could potentially fuck up yourself, cause a lot of deep fraction traumatic wars and stuff like that, okay. And some of this shit, boy, it goes. And then you got to understand cloning and stuff like that too, because everybody has been cloned. Okay, so you got to understand your phenotypes, your clones, because when you separate from a parent, okay, so I'm going to use my family as an example, my brother, okay, because I had to bring my son back in as a demigod because my brother chose a different bloodline, which means he created himself through a different bloodline, right? And so now I have my brother who was in a past life. Do you see my right eye jumping, y'all? I'm giving y'all some gems. Who was a spouse and also my twin, also my father in a past life. Okay, and I'll break that down to y'all in just a second. Okay, so when he didn't find my clone, okay, in bed with somebody of our bloodline, our type, okay, and went over there to a different bloodline family, okay, he realized that at the last minute after he did what he did, but he didn't do what he did. You have to be mindful of different bloodlines because they'll come in hijacking your DNA because they need to preserve their DNA, and that's what went on with us, okay, to where the girl, she didn't take her birth control pills or none of that. And she was lying to him, talking about she did and she didn't. And anyway, created a child. That's called DNA stealing. Okay, that's what happened. And so therefore, I was no longer his mother, even though I'm his mother, because my son's father is a clone. So the ancestors had to bring the clone to me in order for me to recreate my son. So my nephew and my son is here. So now I have the son, and then I have the reincarnation of my son, which is now a demigod in our bloodline. Understand this. Okay. Now I'm going to run it back to y'all so y'all can understand brother and sister in Christ. Okay. When you have a spouse, right? And you and your spouse, y'all don't have to be married. Y'all can just be together, right? But y'all co-create a child. When you co-create a child, if you have a son and a daughter 9 times out of 10. Now, this all depends on who you bringing back in, family. Don't get this messed up, okay? Because there's different bloodlines, okay? And I have seen this in the air where the mother and the father can create a daughter, right? But instead of the daughter bringing herself back in, and this all goes back to the beginning of time on how things started, okay? Because this is how it goes when things start. Things can come in different ways, okay? That's why I say you got to be paying attention to the soulful lineup of who you done brought back in, because I have seen bloodlines to where the mother and father bring back in the grandmother and the grandfather, okay? So the grandfather probably had a different wife, which is the masculine's mother. So him and his wife would bring back in his mother, okay? And then their son may bring back in his the grandfather's the mother and father's spouse, okay? I don't know how I can break it down. If I break down dad's lineage, let's just say dad's sister, okay, pops, okay, Ja. We're just going to break down Ja's lineage right quick, okay? If y'all don't know who Ja is, then y'all have not been paying attention, and y'all should be paying attention all the way to who Ja is in this present day time, okay? Marathon continues, okay? So we're just going to break down the lineage right quick so y'all can understand something, because y'all don't understand a lot of shit. But I'm going to use their lineage as an example so y'all can understand who is who in the lineage, okay? And how we all come back. Okay, death is infinite. It's not a real thing. So I'm going to break it down to y'all. Okay, my right eye is jumping like a motherfucker. Yes, I hear you. Okay, I'm going to break it down to y'all. He want me to break it down to y'all so y'all can understand who is who. Okay, because I was just online and somebody was like, it's so sad that he don't got his daddy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, he's a reincarnated being. He's watching his whole shit in front of him. He just had a whole street dedicated to him, and he's in a childlike state watching it. Okay, this is beautiful. But anyways, however, he want me to break it down. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down right quick. Okay, so you have his father, okay, and his mother, okay. They have 3 kids, okay, which is him, his brother, his big brother, and then his little sister, okay. Now, his mother and father are, okay, I'm tell you how this goes because it's going to be wild. Okay, so his father is his big brother, okay? And then he is the son, okay? Now, his mother is his baby mother, which is his daughter, okay? Pay attention. The clone of his mother is his first baby mother. Okay? Boom. Are y'all following me? The reincarnation of his baby mother is his daughter. So the clone of his mother is his baby mother, and the reincarnation of the baby mother is his daughter. His father is his big brother. This is where y'all get the proper understanding of I am my brother's keeper. His big brother is his father because he is the reincarnation of the grandfather. His daughter is the reincarnation of her mother and his mother, which is the grandmother. Okay? Now, who is his sister? Okay. His sister is the first wife. Okay? So his mother is not his father's first wife. His father's first wife is his second wife, okay? Now, let me break it down to you. His baby sister is his father's wife, which is why her name is basically the same as his big brother's name, which is Sam, okay? Now, are y'all getting it? Okay? This is how the lineage is going, okay? Now, she is the grandmother of his father. The baby sister is the grandmother of his father. Okay, she took on another husband, he took on another wife, which is his mother. Him and her had children, which is them three, which is his big brother, him, and his little sister. Okay, then he had to go out and bring his mother back in. Okay, so this is why his mother, well, this is why his baby mother and his new wife that he reincarnated himself back through, which would be Miss London. Okay, y'all know who that is. Okay, she reincarnated him, okay, back in. Now, reason why they basically were feuding is because he replaced his mother. You have to understand this, okay? His mother didn't bring him back in, aka his baby mother did not give birth to him. She gave birth to herself, which is his daughter, Man. Okay? So that's how he brung his mother back in. He brung his mother back in as his daughter. Okay? Now, okay, are y'all understanding this? Are y'all understanding this? Boom, boom, boom. Y'all get it? Y'all got it? Good. Okay. So now he took on a new wife. Okay. Boom. So now there's 3 wives in the family. You have the sister, the baby sister, who is a past life wife. You have the grandmother / daughter / baby mama, who is a past life wife. And then you have Miss London. Okay, y'all know who I'm talking about. Who is the current wife. Okay? Boom. That's 3 wives. Do y'all understand? And that's how things go. Okay? So in different life forms, there's different cards. So his mother has 3 cards in present day time. His sister, I believe, if the aunt is not living, the great aunt, which would be their aunt, if she's not living, then his grandmother is no longer living, then it's just her card. It's just the sister card, and she's just her in present day time. So she probably don't have no extra cards because I believe she has boys. So, and then you have him. He brung himself back in. And then big brother brung his kids in. And dad will reascend that way with his kids. Okay. So y'all have to understand how things go. Okay. And that is just a little breakdown of their lineage and them joining with other lineages, which would be now Miss London's lineage, okay, who he decided to contract with because that's who he brung himself back through, okay, which is her lineage, okay. I have not figured out who her lineage is, nor did I ask because I wasn't trying to be nosy. I just got the breakdown of the spectrum for proper understanding, okay, as well as with my own lineage and other people's lineage, okay. One of my favorite, I'm not going to say one of my favorite lineages, but one of my favorite breakdowns was actually my classmate because she is her grandma, right? Her father passed away, okay? So she didn't grow up with her father, but she had a son and her son is her dad. So that, y'all, and then her mama, okay. Her mama is her baby sister. So she's the oldest. So the grandma, okay, so the grandma is the first wife, which is her. And then her mom is the second wife, right? And then they become sisters in present day lifespan, right? So her and her mom are now sisters in this lifespan, okay? And they look just like they pass like body cards. That's why this is one of her lineage is like one of my favorite because you can just see it on them, you know. And then she had a little boy, and she reincarnated herself, and then she had a little boy. But the funny thing is that her sister reincarnated her because her baby sister is her mother. So, and she is the grandmother. So the grandma, so her dad is the grandpa, right? And then she was the grandma in a past life. And then her mother and her father met and had her, which she was the grandma. So she brung in the grandma, which is her, and had her. She's the oldest girl. And then her mom and her dad had another baby, which is her baby sister, which that's mom reincarnating herself back in. So grandma and mom became sisters. And then the next lifetime, she had children because mom didn't have their father anymore. So she chose to become a stud. Okay, she didn't want to deal with men anymore, and she had a good life. Okay, I mean, baby was making money and everything. You hear me? But because she had to play that masculine role, okay, she decided to be the man. Okay, so the sister is now in masculine energy because mama was in masculine energy from not having the father in the home. Okay, so it's not always, because I know that homosexuality does come from molestation, but in some cases, because of the things that are going on with the masculines in this time air, okay, with demasculation, which if y'all don't understand the demasculation of the man, the first son of a Jew has to be dismasculated by the sacrificial marriage, okay? And y'all can read about that in the Bible, in your holy book, son book, biblical book. Just understand it, okay? So a lot of these masculines have been demasculated, okay? Especially if you're the firstborn son of a Jew, you have been dismasculated, okay? And some of these women, they get so tore down by these men because these men come and put their stain on them. They come and put their demons on them and stuff like that they don't want. They don't want to be touched anymore. So yes, they become studs, and they don't want to be. They don't want to deal with men type shit. Okay, because they've been in masculine energy for so long, and this is a real thing. This shit happens. Okay. So no, she wasn't hurt or molested or nothing like that. She chose to stay in a masculine role, and so that's what's going on there. Okay, now in the present day life, my friend reincarnated herself, and then which she's the grandma, and it starts over. She's the grandma, remember? So she reincarnated herself, and then she reincarnated then she brung her son in, which is her father. So the whole lineage starts right back over from the beginning. And I just love it, love it, love it. When I was like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking cool. But I was just like, I was stunned, feeling, because I was just like, look at her. Like, and I know she probably gonna see this on YouTube one day and be like, oh my gosh, But But when, I was just looking like, oh my gosh, like I didn't tell her everything, but because, you don't want to shock people, you don't want them to mess up nothing. Things have to play out how they play out and stuff like that. But when you see this, okay, yes, I did expose it. I exposed it. And so when you are old enough in the spirit to get this confirmation, Miss Lady, okay, because I didn't tell you all of this. But when you are old enough to get this confirmation, I know you're gonna be jumping for joy and overwhelming because you're raising your father. And so yes, you still have your father in your life. Okay, you didn't have him in your present day life, but you have him in this life, in the future. You have him and you're raising him. And so yeah. And so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all gotta break down a Pop's lineage. Y'all gotta break down Josh Hustle family lineage, and then y'all got a breakdown of my classmates lineage. Okay, I can't really break down mine, but just understand, brother and sister in Christ, when you co-create each other, that's how you become brother and sister in Christ. Okay, so and then now y'all get the breakdown of why some mothers want to hold on to their sons because they are trying to fuck shit up and they're toxic. Okay, because once you have your son, that's no longer your spouse. So you are not to be treating your son like he's your man in the next lifetime. And you got some motherfuckers out here that be doing that motherfucker shit because they be trying to make niggas imbalance and shit because they remember who they are. Those are the fucked up ones you need to slap across the goddamn dome, and they need to get their mind straight because you got them mothers out here that be doing that. They remember who they are, so they try to reform them to be their spouses again, and you're not supposed to be doing that. And the same way with these fucked up ass masculines out here that be trying to fornicate with their daughters because they remember who their daughters was, okay, and they be still trying to live off their energy and mooch off their energy, and that's when they get to touching them and shit as a kid and shit like that. That's where that shit come from. So if you ever gone through molestation and all that shit, that's because your parent, if your parent touched you, or if an uncle or something touched you and you don't remember your past life, or if you did anything with that person before or something like that, 9 times out of 10, they're touching on you because they remember you from the past. They know exactly who you are and you're unaware of who you are. And therefore, they think they still have leverage to be touching on you when the contracts are not in void and they're not supposed to be doing those type of contracts in the next line of lifespan that you have. Okay, so properly understand that, family, okay, because y'all have family members out here that be remembering y'all from the past life and be trying to get y'all fucked up with karma and all kind of shit because they remember and you don't remember, and they be trying to play with your head, trick your mind because they know religion done that they done took you to church and got you brainwashed and shit and did a couple of rituals and shit on you to keep you bound and shit in the fucking mental. Yeah, it be some shit like that going on. So for y'all to properly understand some shit, I done gave y'all the G, the gem, the T, and the gems, okay? For y'all to properly understand what is what, whom is what, how to look at people as such, to remember who they are, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, they look the damn same, okay? You know how many siblings you got. You know how many concubines your baby daddy done been with. Now y'all siblings in the next lifetime. You know, that's how me and my siblings are. Me and my sisters, we're sisters, but we're not around each other because they are the other women. So nigga, we cool, but we ain't cool. So that's what y'all need to understand. When your parents be like, y'all need to love each other. Y'all need to call each other. Why would I call your ex bitches? What? Like, we cool, but motherfucker boo. Like, I'm not finna be kicking it. If I didn't kick it with them in a past life, why the fuck am I gonna kick it with them this lifetime? I don't give a fuck if they my sisters or not this lifetime. We're not kicking it unless we had a good relationship. If I didn't fuck with them back then, I'm not gonna fuck with them in the present day time or in future tense, nigga. The fuck? If they try to do me something, see, y'all don't be understanding blood wars and blood ties and shit like that. If a motherfucker and you was not cool in a previous lifetime, y'all not gonna be cool in a present day lifetime. Me and my sisters, we was cool. Well, me and my baby sister, no, but she's not. She's my baby sister's a new breed. She's not the reincarnation of her mother. But me and the reincarnation, we done had a couple of fights and shit like that. Yeah, we have. I done had to kick her ass in present day time a couple of times as a kid. I had to do it. And I ain't bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? It's been to me and my motherfucking big sister. And one of her phenotypes is up here on tarot and shit. And I just be looking like, you know, and this motherfucker, she's a lot, you know. And in this lifetime, she's my big sister, the tarot reader. She's older than me, but I'm raising her because she descended. Okay, so you have to understand these clones and these phenotypes, they got their family too. And so they might be like, they might say they're a certain energy of a deity or something, and they just may well be because we've all been cloned. Okay, and I know my sister's energy, so I'm not gonna say she's not my sister. Her genetics and features and stuff look just like her short stubby ass. So you know, and now she's reborn in my lineage, and she's my niece. Okay, and she's a baby. Okay, she's just as cute as she want to be. But that don't mean she's not trying to fuck her daddy up, because her daddy's having a hard time. He's like having a hard time with the clone. Okay, the clone is something else. These clones, when they bring our energy, especially if you are an original god or goddess, okay, or you are a phenotype of an original god or goddess, and my sister, she didn't want to step up on this. She did tarot, but she did not want to complete the task, which put her back in karmic energy. So therefore, they had to put the tarot reader up here, which is makes her in good energy. But I be trying to tell her ass stop using that fucking name because, goddamn it, the name is karmic. Okay, I know I gave her the name. If y'all don't understand the daughter of the earth, that would be Isis's energy. Although I'm not Isis, I gave Isis her name. So understand that. Okay. Now, I am the baby sister, which means I am Hathor. And then I'm also Lavu. If y'all don't know who that is, y'all need to understand some things about me. Okay? I'm all the Marys. Understand that. Okay? So yeah. And so when y'all get the stories about old Osiris and Isis, y'all will understand that they are karmics. Okay? They are karmics. And I've come back to teach them a little something, something. Okay. But right now, her and her daddy, they keep going toe to toe, you know, and I'm just sick of their asses. Okay. Because I have to hear the bullshit. I have to hear it, you know, and I keep trying to tell them, well, motherfucker, you need to keep your children in line. Because, I mean, yeah, that was your wife. You chose that. That was your spouse that you chose. I would be a spouse too, but I'm not the karmic one because I had a husband and was touched type shit. Okay, through magic, okay, and shape shifting shit, okay. But them motherfuckers there, okay, because my husband is my granddaddy, okay. So y'all gotta understand some shit, and her husband is my son, okay. So y'all have to understand that shit too, okay. And then they misconstrued the stories, okay, because Horus is a female and Heru is a is a masculine. Okay, so they misconstrued it there too. Even in the movies, they just say Horus is a masculine, but no, the first son of Osiris was Anubis, okay, which was my seed. So y'all have to understand that too. So she doesn't bring him back in. I do. So there's the confusion. Okay, so a lot of people just don't be understanding shit. They just think they know some shit and they don't. And then motherfuckers be thinking they ahead of me and they in charge of me, and no, the fuck you're not. I am in charge of you. I don't care if I come in as the baby sister or not, motherfucker. My intelligence is way, 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 way more heightened than some of y'all motherfuckers. And that's why I have been restricted more than anybody. This is why they don't want me up on the scene, because I know a little bit more than a lot of motherfuckers. This is why I don't get all the views. They take all my views away, make it seem like ain't nobody seen me, yet everybody done fucking seen me, because I'll watch my shit and then they'll drop my shit. They'll hide my shit. They'll turn my lives off. They just did it on TikTok. They'll turn my lives off. They just do a lot of shit, family. Like, they just, like now, it say I only need 50 shorts on YouTube. I'm way past more than 50 fucking shorts on YouTube, yet they still ain't let me live. And because I'm saying it right now, they probably gonna turn on the live button trying to be cute and shit, because they don't want to get in trouble, because they already know I'll be around this bitch firing motherfuckers. They know that. I'll be around here firing people, telling people what it is, what it ain't. I'll be setting laws and orders and shit. I'll be in a lot of meetings and shit like that with all kind of deities and ancestors and shit. You know, because I'm under a different clan. You know, I have my guides and stuff that come to me and talk to me or just check up on me and see how I'm doing. Yeah, it be that fucking deep, okay? So and those that watch me, they know. It be real. If you really tapped in, hell yeah, you know, it gets real deep, okay? So it's deeper than what you know. It's deeper than what you know. A lot of them, they watch me and then they don't try to give me my props. They be trying to steal, kill, and destroy my motherfucking ass. They be hating like a bitch because they don't have my type of power. And it's cool. It's cool. I don't be tripping about it at all. I just be like, well, you know, it is what it is. You've always been like that. You know, haters will hate, okay? But at the end of the day, I'm here to help everybody. You know, a lot of people get to see me and view me on their timeline. Okay, they don't want to show up on mine because they know I'll call their ass out. But I'll show up on theirs though, and they don't block me either. they just read what I say and then go from there and get to tapping in and shit. But anyway, family, I'm just gonna leave it right there with y'all and Peace, love, and toodles. And y'all got this read. Y'all got the gems of past life, present day, and future selves. Okay, so y'all can understand that we are all here to be guides to ourselves and learn ourselves in order to heal. Okay, aspects of ourselves. Okay, so remember that, and you ain't gonna have no trouble. Okay, I've been on here for almost an hour. Okay, it's been 50 minutes. Okay, so peace, love, and toodles. And just remember, it could be 4, 5, or 6 different body parts of you that you are dealing with in one particular lifespan. Remember that. So learn yourself and be good to yourself and be kind to yourself. Okay? Peace, love, and toodles. And I'll holler at y'all another time.